I say, Sebastian, are you in bed? Come out here.
I can't. I'm in my nightwear.
Oh, well, never mind then. I don't want to tell you that your bedroom's supposed to be haunted. I don't suppose that'll worry you. Breakfast at 9, if you're alive to eat any. Good night.
Oh, I say, look here. I can't stay in here. I mean, my mother told me to keep away from the spirits. I say, hello, my good fellow. Hello. Oh,
What's that?
Look behind you. Look behind you.
Squeak and the windows creak and the ceilings leak 'cause the roof's antique. If you hear a shriek and your legs feel weak, it's the haunted house. There's a dismal moan like a weird trombone, and the old ham bone is suddenly thrown. You are all alone with the great unknown in the haunted house. There's only one good spirit, it's the spirit in the bottle. With shaking hands you pull the cork and pour some down your throttle. There's a clank of chains and the smell of drains and a gory stain where the Duke was slain. If you've got chilblains and varicose veins in the haunted house. From the old oak beam hangs a corpse you seem to feel a wet stream with a sinister gleam, and you wake with a scream from a horrible dream of the haunted house. When a cavalier with a dreadful leer tries to disappear through the chiffonier, and you cling with fear to the chandelier, it's the haunted house. The air is full of clammy claws that clutch you by the collar, so gargle night and morning just in case you have to holler. There are lights and sprites and awful frights in flesh-pink tights, but at dead of night comes a woman in white, so you're quite all right in the haunted house. When the old church clock strikes 12, there's a knock with a sudden shock. You remember the lock on the door is a crock. Oh, why did you mock at the haunted house? It's as black as pitch and your eyeballs twitch in the darkest snitch. It's a dirty witch and the lighting switch is out of reach in the haunted house. When the slavey spills the gravy, why is she so pallid? Something pushed her in the pantry when she fetched the salad.
I'm filled with dread, yes, I'm nearly dead. I saw a head underneath my bed. Come out if you can, I can do with a man
in the haunted house.
I just can't tell. Just can't tell if they're good or bad till it's too late. You've been had. Their eyes are as void as the darkest night, like a crocodile with a big appetite. Which is which? Which is which? Which is which? I just can't tell. A flying broom is her claim to fame. The witches all seem to look the same. Black pointy hat and a dress so bleak. Black pointy shoes on their stocking feet. Which is which? Which is which? Which is which? I just can't tell. Which is which? Which is which? which is which, I just can't tell. Think some witches are good, but I still wouldn't want one in my neighborhood. Why take a chance on a witch's spell? Avoid all the places where they might dwell. Which is which? Which is which? Which is which? I just can't tell. Which is which? Which is which? Which is which? I just can't tell. Which is which? Which is which? Which is which? I just can't tell. Which is which? Which is which? Which is which? I just can't tell.
How to see ghosts or surely bring them to you. This part of the book is for children who were born in the morning or around lunchtime. If you were born at midnight, some say just at twilight, you were probably born with the gift of being able to see ghosts and other spirits and don't have to be told how. Of course, all cats, dogs, horses, and roosters can see ghosts, but lots of people cannot see ghosts, even though they can usually hear them. And lots of people don't believe in ghosts because they say they never saw one. So anyone who wants to see a ghost, here's how. If you really mean it, if you really want to see a ghost, go walk around a grave 12 times backward, and the ghost will rise and ask you what you want. Some people say that just walking around the grave will raise the ghost, and some say you have to do it backward 12 times. Or if you want to summon some one particular ghost, go to his grave at night and call him by name. He will rise and tell you what you want to know. Some ghosts can be summoned by music. If you sing or play some piece of music or some special musical instrument that someone loved, especially during life, the ghost will come to see you. Some people say that you can raise a ghost by whistling. You might, and you might not. It has happened. Once a man was walking along a road at night whistling some tune, and a ghost fell into step beside him whistling the same tune. You can call back some loved ghost by too much grief and weeping. Almost any ghost will come back to comfort those they love and stop their weeping. The poor souls cannot rest if you weep too much. They will come back and beg you to let them rest. You can become a ghost seer by looking in through a hole in a coffin. This is especially true in some far northern countries, like Lithuania, for instance, where people leave little windows in the coffin so the dead can see out. You can see ghosts and spirits by peering at them from between a dog's ears. It is well known that dogs can see ghosts. So if you look steadily from between a dog's ears in the direction the dog is looking, you will see the same ghost he sees. You can see ghosts sometimes if you gaze steadily through a ring. If you look through a keyhole, you'll either see a ghost or the devil. In fact, there's no telling what you might see. Better not. Just say you aren't scared. Just say how brave and nonchalant you'd be if you ever saw a ghost, and see what happens.
tell you about me. My eyes are black, my robe is white. I float around in the dead of night. A haunted house is my favorite scene, but I do come out on Halloween. What am I? Guess what I am, guess what I am, what am I supposed to be? Guess what I am, guess what I am, listen while I tell you about me.
My gown is long, my face is fair, I wear a crown upon my hair, I carry a wand in my dainty hand, mice and pumpkins are mine to command. What am I?
Guess what I am, guess what I am, what am I supposed to be? Guess what I am, guess what I am, listen while I tell you about me. I wear a beard, my skin is red, 2 sharp horns are on my head. I carry a pitchfork and have a tail, breathe smoke and fire when I exhale. What am I? Guess what I am, guess what I am, what am I supposed to be? Guess what I am, guess what I am, listen while I tell you about me. My nose is long, my dress is black, I laugh and scream like a maniac. I wear a tall and pointed hat and ride a broom with my big black cat. What am I? Guess what I am, guess what I am, what am I supposed to be? Guess what I am, guess what I am, listen while I tell you about me.
Along the countryside. At precisely 12 o'clock, the spooks began to rise. Swinging at the seance, 12 ticks. Swinging at the seance, hot licks with the medium in trance. How that horn began to bend. Swinging at the seance, 5 men. Swinging at the seance, jive men. When the trumpet blasted out, all the spooks began to shout. That music came through so sweetly low down, yet nobody knew who was riff-riff-riffing around. Swinging at the seance, black coats. Swinging at the seance, blue notes. Why, the trumpet could have won a cup. Its jiving broke the seance up. And who do you think did the getting away? No one else but Billy May. at the seance, hot licks with the medium in trance, how that horn began to dance. Swinging at the seance, black coats, swinging at the seance, blue notes. Why, the trumpet could have won a cup. Its jiving broke the seance up. And who do you think did the ripping away? No one else but Billy May.
creases on my face. I was a teenage werewolf, and no one even said thanks, and no one made me stop. I had a teen-land mind. I had to blow my top, and under a teen full moon, no one could make me stop. No one could make me stop. A teenage werewolf, a parallel buzz, a teenage girlfriend, got a lot of scars. Somebody please make me stop, oh, please, oh. You know, I have puberty rights, and I have puberty rights. No one understood me. All my teeth were so long, and no one made me stop. A Midwest monster of the highest grade. All my teachers thought, that it was growing pain. Oh no, no. Oh, somebody stop this
The pumpkin tells what you're going to be. The pumpkin tells, so listen carefully.
You will be a monster man, walk stiffly and look dumb. In a big deep voice cry out, B-5-O-Bum.
B-5-O-Bum, 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 B-5-O-Bum.
The pumpkin tells what you're going to be. The pumpkin tells, so listen carefully.
You will be a big white ghost. Walk on tiptoe now. Creep up quietly behind a friend, say boo, and take a bow.
The pumpkin tells what you're going to be. The pumpkin tells, so listen carefully.
You will be a skeleton. Come on, take a chance. Be loose and jump around and grin and do a silly dance.
The pumpkin tells what you're going to be. The pumpkin tells, so listen carefully.
You will be a spooky big with your fingers, stare straight ahead and say, woo!
Now gather round while I elucidate on what goes on when it gets late. Along about midnight, the ghosts and banshees get together for a jamboree. There's ghosts with horns and saucer eyes. Some have fangs about this size. Some short and fat, some tall and thin, and some don't even bother to wear their skin.
I'm a-telling you, brother, it's a fearful sight just to see what goes on in the night.
When the spooks have a midnight jamboree, they break it up with a fiendish glee.
Ghosts are bad, but the one that's cursed is the headless horseman. He's the worst.
When he goes jogging across the land, holding his noggin right in his hand, demons take one look and groan.
Then they hit the road for parts unknown.
Well, there's no rage like a spook that's burned.
The ghost don't like a man who's really burned.
He swears to the longest day he's dead.
Well, I'll show them that I can get ahead.
Wow, 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 wow. So close all the windows,
lock all the doors.
Unless you're careful, why he'll get yours.
Don't think he'll hesitate a bit, 'cause he'll clip your top if it will fit.
He likes them little, he likes them big. Part him in the middle or wear a wig.
Black or white or even red.
The headless horseman needs a head.
With a hip, hip, hip and a clippity-clop.
Why, he's out looking for a head to chop. So don't stop to figure out a plan, 'cause you can't reason with a headless man.
With a hip, hip, hop and a clippity-clop. Look out!
We know what we're talking about, believe me. You better watch your cues, but take a look at the people who ignored the old good book. Change your ways, you'll find it pays, 'cause you can't be a haint if you ain't
Kinda crazed, I guess you'd say. Take our word, we know what we're talking about. You know, this is a pretty spooky thing we're doing here. You don't mind if I turn on another light, do you?
In the Tower of London, large as life, the ghost of Anne Boleyn walks, I declare.
He declares.
Poor Anne Boleyn was once King Henry's wife.
King Henry's wife.
Until he made the headsman bob her hair.
Bob her hair.
Ah, yes, he did her wrong long years ago.
Long years ago.
And she comes up at night to tell him so.
So.
With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. She comes to want King Henry, she means giving him what for?
What for?
Gadzuck, she's going to tell him off for having spilt her gore. And just in case the headsman wants to give her an encore, she has her head tucked underneath her arm. Sometimes gay King Henry gives a spread. For all his pals and gals, a ghostly crew. The headsman carves the joint and cuts the bread. Then in comes Anne Boleyn to queer the do. She holds her head up with a wild war whoop. And Henry says, don't drop it in the soup. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. The sentries think that it's a football that she carries in, and when they've had a few they shout, his army going to win. They think that it's Red Grange instead of poor old Anne Boleyn, with her head tucked underneath her arm. Along the drafty corridors for miles and miles she goes. She often catches cold, poor thing, it's cold there when it blows. And it's awfully awkward for the Queen to have to blow her nose with her head tucked underneath her arm. With her head tucked underneath her arm.
There's a yodel in the air, yet there ain't nobody there. It must be a ghost, a yodeling ghost. It's a sentimental call, yet there's no one there at all. It must be a ghost, the yodeling ghost. It all began when a Swiss was shown the door by a miss. He told her he would haunt her.
He disappeared in the snows, and every villager knows. He yodels and yodels and yodels and yodels to taunt her. La-doodle-lie, doodle-la-dee.
Hear it echo in the night, though there ain't a soul in sight. It's only that most harmonious ghost.
La-la-doodle-lie, doodle-lie. There's a yodel in the air, yet there ain't nobody there. It must be a ghost, a yodeling ghost.
La-doodle-lie, doodle-lie. It's a sentimental call, yet there's no one there at all. It must be the ghost, the yodeling ghost.
It all began when a Swiss was shown the door by a miss. He told her he would haunt her.
He disappeared in the snows, and every villager knows. He yodels and yodels and yodels and yodels to taunt her.
La-la-doodle-la-day, doodle-lay.
There's a yodel in the air, yet there ain't nobody there. It must be a ghost, a yodeling ghost, a yodeling ghost, la-doodle-lie, a yodeling ghost.
Hidey, 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 hidey. Hidey, 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 hidey. Whoa! You didn't see me climb through the window. Nobody had to open that door. I just climbed right through the wall, and I want you one and all to stand aside and let me have the floor. Take a look, I'm not such a stranger. Here's the face you cookies all ought to know. You can tell me I'm not wanted, but the joint will still be haunted, 'cause I'm the ghost of Smokey Joe. Remember when I kicked the bucket in my mansion up on Strivers Row? When they came and took me off in a $1,000,000 coffin, 'cause I'm the ghost of Smokey Joe. Tell me, do you remember Minnie? Yeah, we remember Minnie. That frail I never found. You never recognize your Minnie. You mean to say that Minnie quit kicking the gong around? I got a date on my estate down in Hades. Call my chariot so I can go. And should the boot you're walking, just tell her you've been talking to the ghost of Smokey Joe. Yes, I remember Minnie. She's that frail I never found. You mean to say that Minnie quit kicking the gong around? I got a date on my stake down in Hades. Call my chariot so I can go. And should the moon you're walking, just tell her you've been talking to the ghost of Smokey.
H-A-L-L-O-W-E-N spells Halloween. H-A-L-L-O-W-E-N spells Halloween.
Halloween means ghosts and goblins, skeletons, monsters, and howling cats, spooky masks and jack-o'-lanterns, witches and devils and big black bats.
H-A-L-L-O-W-E-N spells Halloween. H-A-L-L-O-W-E-N spells Halloween.
Halloween means ringing doorbells, scaring the people who open the door. Trick or treat, get you candy and apples, then go to the next house and get some more.
H-A-L-L-O-W-E-N spells Halloween. H-A-L-L-O-W-E-N spells Halloween.
Mm-hmm.